limbs, yeah. So definitely looking at all of those factors, statistically and naturally, just makes sense for all of us to assume that Khamzat Chimaev is going to win that fight. But I mean, just watching Nate's previous fights in the UFC, right? Again, he's been away for a long time. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually directly speaking to the audience right now. I mean, he's been away for a while. Do you know what I mean? His last fight, I think, was against Leon Edwards. But before that, he fought Masvidal and Pettis. But before, he's been away for like 3 years, right? So it's easy to look down on him. But honestly, I mean, his cardio is going to determine that fight. I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to come out strong, trying to take him down, trying to dominate him, and Nate is going to survive all of that, and eventually lands one of those clean shots that he lands on people, gets the crowd excited, and eventually gets that finish against Khamzat Chimaev. That's my prediction, and it might definitely seem like an unpopular view, but
it's not unpopular.
How I see the fight materializing.
It's definitely not unpopular. It'll be a very popular thing if Diaz does. If you're right and Diaz does win on Saturday night, it will be a you shock the world times 2.
Yeah.
It'll be a repeat of the first time he beat McGregor. It will blow the sport wide open again.
Yeah.
And after seeing Edwards do what he did to Usman, and being so shocked there, how can you be surprised if Diaz goes and pulls off the upset? However, we look at the stats here now. Chimaev's takedown accuracy is 66%. He averages
6%.
He averages 3.23 per 15 minutes. But his takedown defense is perfect at 100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, Khamzat's average fight time is 5 minutes 35 seconds. That's how long it takes him to kill people, basically.
Get a finish. But the problem is, though, Nate doesn't have a history of being finished. He's only been finished twice in the UFC, right? Once against Josh Thompson with a head kick back in 2013, finished in 2008, and obviously the Masvidal fight. But apart from that, he doesn't have a history of being finished. Yes, Khamzat Chimaev has devastating power, but we saw what happened in the fight against Gilbert Burns, right?
Yeah.
He got put in a bad position. And what we saw was that, he's not as he's not like this thing that people thought he was. He's basically human in that Gilbert Burns fight, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think honestly, the stats, obviously looking at the stats in that every metric you look at, Chimaev has the advantage, obviously. But
literally.
Again, I think Nate is just going to shock the world. It's possible. He's getting older, though. That's the problem with Nate, right? But we saw what happened in the Leon Edwards fight, right? He rocked Edwards. We're talking about the welterweight champion currently. He rocked him, had the opportunity to finish him, but he ran out of time, right?
Exactly.
The same thing could happen with Chimaev. The same thing could materialize, honestly. And if that happens, I don't know if Khamzat Chimaev could be able to, deal with that pressure, basically. Because he's used to being the hammer, but he's not used to being the nail. Do you know what I mean? Nate Diaz has been in both positions, like literally both positions. He's been dominant in fights, but he's also been dominated many times.
Yeah.
Khamzat Chimaev's just been used to constantly dominating people.
It's true.
But you know what? I am going for Nate Diaz. I'm going for the underdog.
Bold.
100%. I am.
Bold.
Literally.
Hey, if that happens, I will hold my hands up and ask you to put some lottery numbers on for me because that would be an impressive prediction. I'll admit I'm playing it safe here. You've got to go Chimaev. You've got to go Chimaev.
Okay.
However, against the odds, I do think he'll finish him. I do.
Finish.
Yeah, I think he'll become the third person.
I don't see that happening, mate. Honestly, I really don't see that happening. I mean, history tells us that if someone doesn't have a history of being finished, he probably ain't gonna get finished.
The only reason I say that
has been beaten bad, but yeah.
One of the biggest reasons I say that is if you look at Khamzat's fight against Burns,